Hi guys, welcome to my little planner corner of the internet. Um, I want to share with you just how I plan today, just so you can kind of understand my style a little bit and how I plan and why I'm passionate about this, really, because I love it. Planning has really become something in my life that I really enjoy going to. I've went through a pretty kind of dark and hard time over the last like 2 years, just with some stuff in my personal life. And that's really when I started to plan. And it really has been a great joy in my life, and helping me get through this time and this season of my life. Every couple of days, I'll sit down and I will do something creative in my planner, and also helps me keep track of my daily to-dos and kind of just keep track of what I'm doing. And I'll open this up and I'll share a little bit more with you as I go. This is my name page, obviously. Nothing special here, just my name. And right now I use different paper clips depending on how I kind of decorate in the week. But this week I'm using Kelva Plan because I used her sticker book this week, and it came with these cute, or it was like a whole sticker box that came with these cute little paper clips. But I have this paper clip together because in here on the first calendar, like year at a glance page, I have some personal information just in case I ever lose my planner. Somebody can give it back to me by calling me. Anyways, this is the perpetual calendar, and I use this to notate when my kids are out of school. So all of the red are school break days, and it's actually, I reference this all the time. It's not a lot of stuff on here, but I reference it every month when I'm doing my monthly, so I'll know when the days off of school are. And we are in May, so the last day of school is May 22nd, so that's exciting. And then I'll have my summer stuff written here. I haven't made a whole lot of summer plans yet. I do need to fill some out that I've made. But yeah, every time I do my monthly, I reference these pages. And this goes all the way to December 2025, this December, because this is an 18-month planner. So I prefer to buy 18-month planners to get this perpetual calendar. I really like this perpetual calendar. It does help. Some people just think of it as an afterthought, but I think of it, as something really useful. Just one second. I want to show you my current. So I just bought a new 18-month planner. I bought this Shell 18-month planner. It's in my haul video, but this will give me the perpetual count. In July, I'll probably use this new one so that I just have, 18 months ahead to plan out. So it's just helpful and I like it. Anyways, so this week, I call this Franken planning. I learned that here in the YouTube planner community. Franken planning is when you take different planners. So I take 3 different planners. Like I'll be taking something like this, a checklist layout, 18-month, and I'll leave it like this, but I'll take out the months and put them in here because it's disc bound and you can customize it. I just go into my monthly tab dividers. I got this from Live Love Posh. This is just one of her double-sided tab dividers with the months. It does have the months on that. And that's just to kind of set up the vibe for the current month. I changed that just for each month. I don't have them all in here. So what I do, at the front here, I have some perpetual sheets that I keep in here from month to month. But I use a top tier divider system. And then I also have my side dividers, which are, they have the months on them. But I have like 3, 4 for April's because I have 3 different planners in here. So these top tabs are at the day that I want to the day that I'm on, the current week that I'm on. And then the month dividers just kind of show me where the different sections are. When I open my planner, I usually start by opening it to this first tab, and this is my checklist layout that I put in here. I usually have about 1 month of this checklist layout in here because I view this as like a daily to-do section. And this is anything goes planner. I can write anything down here that I want. It's not a lot of structure, except that in the checklist area, I do use each checklist day to write out what I'm doing for that day. And I use a highlighter. I use Mildliners, Zebra Mildliners. I have them right here in my little pen thing so that I have the corresponding highlighters just handy, ready to go. And this shows me the areas of my life that I kind of touched on that day, what I mostly did. And this just keeps me organized. It keeps me aware of how I'm spending my time and what I'm doing each day. I am pretty much a stay-at-home mom, and I do so many things, as so many moms do, but this just helps me keep the mundane day-to-day task organized. And I used to do it really, I used to not even add any kind of decoration or anything, but I started to do it, and it really just gave it a new life and a new kind of fun thing to do. And so yeah, I've been enjoying doing that, and each week is kind of a little bit different. You see here, I didn't really decorate, and then here I did full on decorate, and I did the whole week, and I did, so I'll eventually glue these together and it'll just turn to May here. So anyways, that's the first tab is my daily checklist layout. And then I keep 3 months of this dashboard planner. So here starts the dashboard planner. So I have April, May. And something that I do in my dashboard planner section is this currently page, or what people would call a currently page. I use it as a month ahead page. So I like to list my top 3 goals, important dates, and then details about these top 3 priority areas that I want to focus on in the month. So I look back onto this so that I can make sure that I'm implementing them in my weekly layouts. So this is my weekly layout. I have this little paper clip here just for decoration this week only. And usually it just has this clear divider tab. Or I also sometimes switch this out for like a Happy Planner bookmark, because this is my main. And the reason why it comes second, even though it's my main planner, I put it in here second, is because it's in the center. It's like in the center, so when I open it up, it just feels good to me like that. So I can organize it. I can change up the layout, the way that I put them in anytime I want. But this right now, I like the main section being the center of my planner. Hope that makes sense. But this is my dashboard layout from the Happy Planner. All these layouts are mostly from the Happy Planner. And what I do, so I don't always buy full planners for my dashboard pages because I like undated. So I'll either buy an undated full planner or I will buy extension packs. And right now I am on extension packs. Right now I'm using Shibori, the extension pack for the Shibori style. But I bought a new one, the like crafted florals from the new spring Happy Planner line, and it's really nice. And I think they changed the paper, because this paper feels better. It feels a little bit more high quality. This has like a rougher, this is smoother. It feels better. It feels like it's going to bend less and crease less and not pull up the stickers. I think they've improved the paper. They've also taken out these letters right here. They used to have this letter, which I actually like this feature because I'm going to use it as a, weekly kind of organizer. Here, since they removed the letters, it doesn't look, I would probably have to put the letters back in. So that's a little bit of a bummer to me, but I'm sure a lot of people actually like that because they don't prefer the letters right here. But I do think that they have made an improvement on the paper, or at least, let me check this other planner that I bought. Because I really didn't notice as I was flipping through this that it felt upgraded. This one I think this one does too. This feels a little upgraded from what it has been lately. So that's good to know. Good to kind of realize. So anyways, back to what I'm doing here is my main planning area. So I put on the day tabs, I put like how the day is going to go, what are the priorities for the day, are there any appointments, anything, that's happening. I haven't filled these in, but these are little appointments down here, or church and lunch. On this tab, on this page, I use this section here. It usually says important, and I just put that there. But it's actually the goals for the week. So this I kind of use as a week ahead and an intentions for the week. Here I use it's a master to-do list. So the master to-do list, everything I want to get done for the week, things that are going to find themselves on the daily pages, things that are going to find themselves on these weekly checklists. And I do try to look here and then write here what I think I can do. It doesn't always work out that way. If I have some checklists, so this is the last week. Oh, isn't this so pretty? I just love this spread. This is from Wrong, the bookworm box set. I'm going to use this over and over and over. It's so beautiful. Anything that isn't checked off here, it makes its way to the new master checklist, and then I fill up obviously more. I try to leave some spaces open if I think of anything else I'd like to do that week. Here I do a weekend review and I specifically journal about my word of the year, which is consistency. So here I'll write a little bit about consistency in the week and how I did on that, what my overall where I was consistent, where I wasn't consistent, those kinds of things. And that's in all areas of my life. I am striving this year to be a little more consistent. Did I speak on everything? And then this section too I will also use for consistency and just more journaling space, or just any type of note taking. I tend to try to leave space over here to write any kind of random things that I want to write. So that's that. Sometimes I plan ahead, but not too far ahead at all. And then my last tab, the last section that I have in here is I put a new name page to kind of just have in the planner flip through. If you were flipping through the pages and not just going to the top tabs, you would see that this is a new section. And I keep 3 months. Did I say that before? I keep about 3 months in here. A month back, usually because I have a little bit of filling out to do. I keep the month back and I keep a month ahead just so I can kind of decorate ahead, plan ahead a little bit. But this is not necessarily a planner portion of this planner. This is my journaling portion, and it's not a journal where I keep my thoughts and feelings. It's a journal where I write down memories about my daughters and what they're doing, what we're doing. I have a 2-year-old, or almost 2-year-old, so she is like doing all sorts of new things, and I try to capture that in these little bits. And it's really just 1 to 2 sentences a day is what I can fit in these columns. And each day I try to write something down when I'm thinking about that day. I usually do it at the end of the day. And then these boxes I write with this Tombow brush pen, just a word of like a highlight of that day. And you can see one of the reasons why I keep this journal in here retrospectively is because I usually do need to go through and fill it out a little bit more before I move it over to the archive planner. See, I have this page all filled out. And then I don't typically do much with the monthlies. I do need to do the May currently. I do use the currentlies in this section as a memory current, like a normal currently, like you have probably seen before, where I say I'm currently eating, I'm currently watching. Anyways, I need to decorate from May. I have April's in here, but I haven't filled out April's yet. This is my currently sheet for April, and I need to fill it out. Okay, this is the week that I'm on, so here's the top tab divider. You can see each side, and I just need to kind of get myself up to date on this, but yeah, that's how I use this section. It's a really chill section of my planner. Not much planning going on here, as is memory keeping, but it's necessary to have. I like to have them all in one so that I can just have it all together and I don't have to flip through different books to write down everything I want to write down in a day. Then once I'm all done writing, say I'm done with, like I need to move out some sheets to make room in here, I will put them in their, excuse me, respective archive planner. So for the checklist one, I'm just putting in a mini notes for right now because I don't have very many of those yet, but I just put it in here and that's where they live. So it's starting to get filled up with those. I'm probably going to figure out something else to do. And I don't even know if I'm really keeping this much. The main planner that I want to keep and archive would be this section, and I would do that in this as my main planner archive. But what I do is I use this as archive, and it has this is actually just a cover that I'm using. I pretty much have taken all the guts out of this. Right now the guts that are in this are not the original guts. They are the extension pack I just bought, plus the Shibori extension pack that I have, and I will probably use all those up. I try to use up what I buy. And this is some of the checklists. Yeah, some of the checklists that I'm pulling to put in my planner, because this was originally the checklist layout. I forget what it's called, but it's like some kind of sunset kind of theme. But I have about a month, 2 months left of this checklist. And originally I was like, am I going to just redate going from September? Am I going to redate them and use them? But then I was like, you know what? I'm not really a fan of redating. I like undated or dated. I don't necessarily like outdated. So I'm probably just going to like get rid of these, recycle them, or do something with them. Maybe keep the divider page and get rid of the rest of the guts, because I don't really, I bought this when it was pretty much outdated, and that's just a tip that you can buy a few months outdated planners for a deep discount. If you're doing something like this, it really doesn't matter. If you can buy like a planner, which this was around like $5 when I bought it, so it was worth it. For just the disc and the cover, that's worth it. I'm kind of getting a little chatty and long, going a little long here, but this would be my other archive planner. It's an 18-month, original 18-month vertical lined layout. Now, I am pretty sure that the Happy Planner has forever changed the vertical line layout. So this will no longer really be usable for, like, once I go through all the way to December in this, I'll have to choose a different layout to start using in my memory keeper. But right now, that's how it's going. This is all the ones that I've completed, and these are all the ones that I still need to fill out like over the months, and it goes all the way to December of 2025. So once all of these are filled in, this will go all together as my journal archive. Anyways, I hope all that makes sense, because I know I'm getting long-winded on this stuff, but I like to have those right close at hand, so if I need to reference them, they're right there for me to reference. They're just right to my right-hand side on my desk. Not on my desk, but on a shelf right next to my desk. And then this just kind of lives either on that shelf with them, or it's on my desk or in my bag if I take it somewhere with me. That is another benefit of having a Franken planner where it only has a few months. If by chance you take it and God forbid you lose it, you're not losing everything, right? You're losing a couple of months worth of planning, but you will have your archives still back at home. So it kind of gives you some peace of mind when taking it out. I think that's everything that I wanted to touch on in this video about kind of my planner style and how I'm utilizing my planner. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.